This morning another elk crossed my path. Big surprise. Came running out of the woods, ran across the road, hopped across. There's two guys over there behind me fishing. I see a dog with them, at least one. Otherwise, nobody else around. On the way up here, off of Highway 130, 16 miles, I think it is, to this lake. I did see a few outfits camping along the side of the road, the dispersed camping. Otherwise, pretty quiet. Met one pickup truck, and just as I was getting here, one of those very much backcountry campers being pulled by a big four-wheel drive pickup. This is the country for it, boy howdy.
Libby Lake, adjacent to and part of the Libby Flats high meadow along the Snowy Range Scenic Byway, Highway 130. Our family was there in the early 70s, easily remembered by me because we got there in Dad's 1970 white Dodge Polaris station wagon. We stayed in Sugarloaf Campground that was recognized by me as I rode through the loop on the Himalayan. Anxious to return to the area not only for its beauty, but also for the memories of an abandoned dog that we brought home from that trip. We named her Libby. Each time I passed along that road, this standing stump intrigued me, forever looking as though some raptor must be sitting at its top. Not the case, though. It was simply the weathered and worn, rotting, and still standing dead tree. It almost demanded a flyby from the drone, so it got one. I camped in Pine Campground, once canopied with trees, and if you see online photos of the place, you'll see private campsites surrounded by tall ones. However, with the ever-increasing damage done by the beetles, the Forest Service has been forced to remove all trees along the roads, in campgrounds and picnic areas, pretty much anywhere the public congregates. It was kind of funny. If you have noticed, there was a high bank behind my campsite. Once upon a time, all healthy pine trees. My last evening, almost dusk, I noticed a very large buck walking through the campground. I'd seen him earlier in the week. Never during the week were there more than two campers in the small campground, and the buck must have felt as though the area mostly belonged to him. Anyway, he was browsing right up on the bank behind me, and to get this photo of him, I had to stand on top of my composite picnic table and hold the phone high above my head. Internet access otherwise was unavailable all the way from Laramie, but once my phone reached that high point above the surrounding terrain, dozens of emails and texts started flowing into the phone. A couple from an adjacent campground was walking through and looked at first concerned and then somewhat bemused at me standing as tall as I could on my table, my phone sky high.